Welcome to Collecting Chaos. And another video. Another Eternal Mylite video. We're going to finish going through that box that I started earlier in the week. But before we do that, I was going through some stuff and I found this. It's a complete Jake the Snake Robert with the card. I say with the card because it looks like somebody took the figure off and then glued it all back on. Not something I would do. At least not so that you could tell. This has very obviously been ripped off and then put back on. You know, it's all good. I think it's neat that it has the card with it, even if it has been done that way. This is from 1990. Back when the WWE was called the WWF. Now, if you want to see the comics, though, you got to keep watching. Got sidetracked here. I bought some new things to play with. It's taken me a while, but I finally managed to get some isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to try to use this to take some ink off of some comics. This is ballpoint pen. I've got some old ones that it might work with, and you know, who knows, I might decide to use it on some cuts that I have on my skin once in a while. And I picked up some cotton rounds. I'm going to try using some of these to clean the surface dirt off comics, see how that works. I'm always willing to try new things. If I see something on a video that I think might work, I'm going to give it a try. Now, on with the comics. We left off with Moon Knight, so I guess we ought to pick up with Moon Knight. This is number 14. It's from December 1991. Excuse me, 1981. Yellowish pages. Bill Sienkiewicz art. Hard to go wrong with Sienkiewicz. Then we have Moon Knight number 15. More Bill Sienkiewicz art. Maybe that's why everybody likes Moon Knight. It's not the character they like, it's the artist. Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. I think it's the character. Number 16. Dennis Cohen. Oh well, you can't have Sienkiewicz all the time. Number 17. Cohen and Jusko. And on the inside, Bill Sienkiewicz. Yay! And here's number 19. More of that nice art. It's funny how sometimes you'll come across a page that's faded out, but the one opposite of it is almost perfect. I've seen that on a lot of comics over the years. Here's number 24. And in that one, Sienkiewicz inks his own pencils. Number 26, This is December 1982. A nice forward by Denny O'Neil. It's interesting that Denny O'Neil edited both Moon Knight and Batman and wrote some of the Moon Knights. The Cabbie Killer, he wrote that story. Number 27. Here's another copy of number 27. This one is more purple than this one is. Don't know if you can tell that or not. Number 28. '29 might be my favorite Moon Knight cover. This is March 1983. I'm going to say this might be my favorite cover for 1983 for the whole year. It's an awesome cover. If you don't have this one in your collection, maybe you should. It's just that nice a cover. Number 30. Number 31. Put these away. Number 32. And I have two copies of that one. One's a slightly off-centered. You can see some of the back cover on the front. Kevin Nolan did the pencils on that one. Number 33. More Kevin Nolan pencils. Number 34. Tony Isabella did the story in this one. Number 35, and I have two copies of that, both direct market. Here's number 36. And I believe that's a Kaluta cover. And Doctor Strange appears in this one. And here's a copy of Ms. Marvel number 20 that desperately needs some love in the shape of a pressing and maybe a cleaning. Dave Cockrum pencils. Another guy I like, whose artwork I like, that I like to think is a little bit underrated. Yeah, we're going to press this one, I think. I'm not a big Ms. Marvel fan, but I think I'm going to press that one. Just because it looks nasty. Ah, and here's My Love number 24 that somebody attacked with some scissors. This is from July of 1973, and it's got ballpoint pen on the cover, and this is going to be the one I experiment with because it's got a lot of ink, ballpoint ink on it, and I'm going to experiment with it with the alcohol and the pads and see if I can't remove a little bit of that ink. And if I can't, well, I'm not really out much because it's in really bad shape. So that one goes over my pile to be worked on. Here's a copy of My Love number 29. Again, it's got a lot of ink on it. Mike Sikowski did the art in this one. Do not ever, here's John Buscema art. Don't ever pass these up because the artwork in some of these is amazing. Some of the best art that these artists have done are in these books. And of course the stories, I could care less about the stories. I like the art. Originally presented in Our Love number 12. There's a copy of My Love number 38. See who did this one. John Buscema and John Romita. Originally presented in My Love number 3. A lot of these in the 70s were reprints. Originally presented in Lovers number 67. You can tell this is older art. This is older style. And of course the centerfold is detached on one staple. Big Man on Campus. Originally presented in Lovers number 67. Illustrated by, I can't read it. I'll have to look into that. So like I said, if you get a chance to pick these up cheap, go ahead and do it because number one, they're hard to find in any condition. And number two, they always have good art. Mystery in Space number 100. From June of 1965. Nice Silver Age comic. Gil Kane story, or art. Not sure who did this one. But this was the cover story here, and it's definitely, I mean, Gil Kane right there. So and Mystery in Space number 101. I have 2 copies. I don't know why. I'm not complaining. Again, I'm not sure who did the artwork in this one. But I can find out. I like the artwork in it. Lee Elias did the art in this. There's his name there. I think he did the art in the second story in the other one too. And another Gil Kane story. Yeah. We like this. We like Mystery in Space. We like comic books, period. Here's a Mystery in Space number 114. Now this has got a discoloration on it. Looks like it's from tape or something. I'd like to try to figure out how to remove that. Nice Joe Kubert cover. Johnny Craig art. He might have been doing that all along. One of the things I liked about Mystery in Space was you always got like 3 stories. Superman saves weather satellites. Paul Levitz, Dan Spiegel artist, John Costanza lettering. Battle Cry, Steve Skeets and Steve Ditko. Yeah, we like that. This one is a Jerry Conway story, and Yeats does the art. That one could use a little pressing too. Here's a Nathaniel Dusk number 1 from February 1984. I liked this series because it was illustrated by Gene Colan. But the story wasn't bad. I mean, I read all 4 of them at some point, and I liked it. I think there was 2 different miniseries of Nathaniel Dusk. Here's a little bit older one, so early Silver Age, Atlas Comics, Navy Combat, from April of 1956, so really early Silver Age. Don Heck art. Early Don Heck. Of course, I think he did some Iron Man later on, but I'm not going to swear to that. This was Robert Q. Sale that did that one. Joe Sinnott. Or Sinnott. So, good stuff here. Another Don Heck story. Navy Combat, number 6. Unfortunately, it has some problems. So, it's fair to good. And here's Navy Combat, number 12. Yeah, number 12. And this has chipping along the edge. Don Heck story, it leads it off. This one is from 1957, I think. Yeah, April 1957. I was like 3 years old when this came out. Yeah, I'm that old. New Adventures of Superboy, number 23. This is from November of 1981. And again, several stories. I miss that when you would get more than one story in an issue of comics. New Gods, number 5. October, November 1971. And of course, there's no mistaking the artist. Written, drawn, and edited by Jack Kirby. And starring a new Celestial with his ebony brush, Mike Royer. And Royer would go on to ink Kirby's work for years and years. New Gods, number 7. Nobody did battle scenes like Kirby. And here's Return of the New Gods, number 12. It's July 1977. Not by Jack Kirby. Don Newton and Dan Adkins were the artists. And Return of the New Gods, number 13. Return of the New Gods, number 14. And number 15. Number 16. Put these away. I still have more. New Mutants, number 1. Direct Market Edition. Pretty nice shape. March 1983. I like the early New Mutants comics. I like the early New Mutants comics, and I like the early Excalibur comics. Later on, they both went downhill. Here's a copy of number 2, Direct Market. And another Direct Market copy of number 2. It's a Direct Market copy of number 3. And a newsstand copy of number 3. believe Chris Claremont wrote these, didn't he? The early ones. Writer and co-creator, Chris Claremont. Newsstand copy of number 4. And a direct market copy of number 4. There's a newsstand copy of number 5 and a direct market copy of number 5. Number 6 direct. Number 7 direct. A lot of advertising, as usual with Marvel. More advertising than art. Number 8. Interesting. How do they do that? Ah, that's how they did that. Okay. You know, this would be great. You can get a sketch on that. Here's number 9. Number 10. I'm going to start going through these a little quicker. We are getting into pretty close to 30 minutes here. Number 11. Number 12. Number 13. Featuring Kitty Pryde. A really bad copy of number 14. Really, really bad. Looks like it's about 100 years old. From April 1984. And a nice copy of number 14. It looks brand new almost. Newsstand and direct. A collector had this one. Somebody that loved the comic had this one. That's what that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. New Mutants Annual number 1 from 1984. The science fair story of electronics, the discovery that changed the world. The big new edition, fall of 1979, compliments of Radio Shack. U.S. Voyager 1 looks at Jupiter, 422 million miles from Earth, for young science explorers. And the reason it's under N is because it says new science fair story of electronics. This was the fall of winter 1979. for the 1980 edition. And it's not really a comic, but it's kind of neat, and it falls within that genre as far as I'm concerned. Roger will probably get a kick out of seeing me with that. Here's a New Teen Titans number 3. Not to be confused with New Teen Titans number 3, that was on the Baxter paper, that was on the nice paper. This was a real comic book from 1981. And we'll round it out with New Teen Titans number 4, and this has some food or something on it. That's probably been on there for 30, 40 years. Might try to get that off. Yeah. Might try to get some of that off. Might not. I'm going to stick it over here with those other two. And that is the rest of the box. Hope you enjoyed it. Seriously doubt that you saw anything you've never seen before, except maybe that Radio Shack comic. Don't forget, before you handle your comics, before you handle your collectibles, wash your hands. It's good for your comics, good for your collectibles, it's good for your health. And we'll see you next video. Bye.